Hello everyone and welcome to this Prompt Engineering Basics full course by Simplilearn. With ChatGPT 4.0, Bard, Gemini and so many more amazing tools out there in the market, it's high time for professionals across the world to quickly adapt to this changing landscape. If you know how to use these tools the right way, you can become a top pick candidate in your next interview and may also become your boss's favorite since you will become faster and more efficient. But how? Well, if you learn about prompts and how they work, navigating the world on ChatGPT and other AI tools become a cakewalk. In this extensive tutorial, we have collaborated with 3 different research analysts to create one of the most comprehensive guides you will ever need for learning prompt engineering. In this video, we will start with a quick 5-minute overview about what is prompt engineering, and Kaushal is going to take you through that. Once the basics are covered, we will switch to Abhisar, who will teach us everything from detailed prompt engineering, demos to prompt components, and even how you can tune your prompts. By this time, you will get well versed with prompt engineering, and then Nilesh will show you a big bundle of prompt library which you can use across all domains in your day-to-day life. So without any further ado, let's jump right into prompt engineering.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
And before we move on, just a quick info for you. If you are one of the aspiring prompt engineer enthusiast or AI and ML enthusiast looking for online training and graduating from the best universities, or a professional who elicits to switch careers in prompt engineering by learning from the experts, then try giving a shot to Simplilearn's postgraduate program in AI and ML engineering in collaboration with Purdue University and IBM. By enrolling in this certification program, you will gain expertise in skills like generative AI, prompt engineering, ChatGPT, explainable AI, machine learning algorithms, supervised and unsupervised learning, model training and optimization, and there's much more on the list. With hands-on experience in tools like ChatGPT, Dalle, Python, OpenCV and TensorFlow, you will catch the eye of the top recruiters. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up and enroll now. A year of experience is preferred to enroll in these courses. You can find the course link in the description box and pinned comment.
Hello everyone and welcome to this amazing video on prompt engineering by Simplilearn. It was November 30, 2022. Sam Altman, Greg Brockman and Ilya Sutskever would never have thought that with the push of a button, they would completely alter the lives of all human beings living on the earth and of future generations to come. On November 30, the OpenAI team launched ChatGPT. ChatGPT was born that day. Albeit a very small event in the history of internet evolution, but one that can no less be marked as one of the most significant events of modern IT industry. ChatGPT, a text-based chatbot that gives replies to questions asked to it, is built on GPT large language model. But what was so different? I mean, the Google search engine, YouTube, Firefox browser, they all have been doing the same for decades. So how is ChatGPT any different and why is it such a big deal? Well, for starters, ChatGPT was not returning index to websites that have been SEO tuned and optimized to rank at the top. ChatGPT was able to comprehend the nature, tone, and the intent of the query asked and generated text-based responses based on the questions asked. It was like talking to a chatbot on the internet minus the out-of-context responses with the knowledge of 1.7 trillion parameters. It was no shock that a computing system as efficient and prompt as ChatGPT would have its own setbacks. So did ChatGPT. It was bound by the parameters of the language model it was trained on, and it was limited to giving outdated results since the last training data was from September. Still, ChatGPT made waves in the tech community and continues to do so. Just have a look at the Google Trends search on ChatGPT. Every day, new content is being published on ChatGPT and hundreds of AI tools. The sheer interest that individuals and enterprises across the globe has shown in ChatGPT and AI tools is immense.
AI, generative AI, AI.
Now here comes the fun part. ChatGPT, or for that matter any large language model, runs on neural networks trained on multi-million, billion and even trillions of data parameters. These chatbots generate responses to user queries based on the input given to it. While it may generate similar responses for identical or similar queries, it can also produce different responses based on the specific context, phrasing, and the quality of input provided by each user. Additionally, ChatGPT is designed to adapt its language and tone to match the style and preferences of each user. So its responses may vary in wording and tone depending on the individual user's communication style and preferences. Every user has their own unique style of writing and communication, and ChatGPT's response can vary based on the input given to it. So this is where prompt engineers come into play. Prompt engineers are expert at prompt engineering. Sounds like a cyclic definition, right? Well, let's break it down. First, let's understand what prompts are. So prompts are any text-based input given to the model as a query. This includes statements like questions asked, the tone mentioned in the query, the context given for the query, and the format of output expected. So here is a quick example for your understanding. Now that we have discussed what a prompt is, so let us now understand who is a prompt engineer and why it has become the job for the future. Broadly speaking, a prompt engineer is a professional who is capable of drafting queries or prompts in such a way that large language models like GPT, Palm, Llama, Bloom, etc. can generate the response that is expected. These professionals are skilled at crafting accurate and contextual prompts, which in turn allows the model to generate desired results. So here is a quick example for you. Prompt engineers are experts not only at the linguistic front, but they also had extensive domain knowledge and are very well versed with the functioning of neural networks and natural language processing, along with the knowledge of scripting languages and data analysis. Leading job platforms like Indeed and LinkedIn already have many prompt engineer positions. In the United States alone, job postings for this role run in the thousands, reflecting the growing demand. The salary of prompt engineers is also compelling, with a range that spans from $50,000 to over $150,000 per year, depending on experience and specialization. So there are multiple technical concepts that a prompt engineer must be well versed in to be successful in their jobs, such as multimodality, tokens, weights, parameters, transformers, to name a few. Whether it's healthcare, defense, IT services, or edtech industry, the need for skilled prompt engineers is on the rise. There are already several thousand job openings in this field, and the demand will continue to grow.
So let's start with the first prompt, and we name it as text condensation and refinement. So in this, text condensation is a critical skill that is used in natural language processing and serving as a broad spectrum of domains. Among the most exciting applications for language models is their ability to distill complex models and complex articles and concepts into brief, easy to understand summaries. Let's dive into an enhanced text condensation exercise using prompts. Suppose you are curious about the role of antioxidants in the body. You might craft a prompt like this that I will write, summarize the role of antioxidants. So now let's see what our ChatGPT gives us the output. So you can see that the ChatGPT has completed its response, and to refine this information further, you might instruct the ChatGPT or your model to encapsulate the essence in a shorter format. So for that, you can write a prompt that use the above context and summarize this into some 100 words or some 200 words, or just condense this into a brief explanation. So we will do that. So now you can see that the ChatGPT has taken our query or the prompt and it has condensed the above content into a brief explanation. So accordingly, you could use different prompts. And now we'll move to Dalle and we'll generate a image, and here we'll use the condensed format only to give a prompt to Dalle. So we'll write generate a highly detailed image of a futuristic city, and we can specify what time of day we want that at dusk, and featuring towering skyscrapers with glowing windows or flying cars and a sky filled with neon colored clouds. So we can give the prompt or generate prompt like that only. So we will write the prompt for that, that is detailed image of a futuristic city, and here we'll specify the time for the day, that would be at dusk, and featuring towering skyscrapers with glowing windows, flying cars, and what you need to specify, you could do that. So let's see what Dalle respond to us, and you could see that it's repeat, and you could see that Dalle is creating image now with the prompt we entered, and this is the response. So it has given us that here are the images of the futuristic city at dusk, featuring towering skyscrapers with glowing windows, flying cars, and a sky filled with neon colored clouds. You could see the picture here. So similarly, you can give prompts to Dalle or any other AI tool, and you can get the output as expected, and you can iterate your prompts according to the AI's capabilities. And now moving back to ChatGPT. So here we will come to another type of prompt, that is information synthesis and retrieval. So these language models excel not only in language generation but also in extracting and synthesizing information from text. So we will consider this prompt that is designed to pull specific details from a given narrative. So we will ask it that researchers often use various AI tools including LLMs like OpenAI's GPT in their studies. So I have a prompt written, we will use that, and let's see what ChatGPT gives the response for this prompt. So you could see here that researchers often use various AI tools including LLMs like OpenAI's GPT in their studies. A transparent disclosure of these tools helps maintain integrity in specific publication. So it's important for authors to disclose the context and extent of AI assistance in their research, and journals should be upfront about their AI usage in the review process. So identify the specific LLM, that is large language model, mentioned in the text. So let's see if he can guess. So you could see that ChatGPT has given the response that the specific language model LLM mentioned in the text is OpenAI's GPT. So this was about the prompt information synthesis and retrieval. Now moving to the next prompt. So our next prompt here is enhanced query response. So optimizing how models respond to queries involves crafting more intricate prompts that guide the AI to deliver precise and useful answers. So for this we'll write a prompt that would be provide an answer based on the context given. So be succinct and clear. If uncertain, respond with cannot confirm. So we'll write the prompt for this, and I have written the prompt earlier. So I'll show you guys. This is the prompt, and we'll ask ChatGPT about the enhanced query response. So we have pasted the prompt here, and our prompt is provide an answer based on the context given, that is be succinct and clear. If uncertain, provide with cannot confirm. So our prompt is here, the innovative drug Alzamab was developed as a result of collaborative efforts between several biotech firms. So this drug aimed at treating autoimmune disorders represent a significant breakthrough in biomedicine. So we'll ask the ChatGPT the question, what is the purpose of Alzamab? So let's see what it responds to us. So you could see that the ChatGPT has responded, the purpose of Alzamab is to treat autoimmune disorders. So this is the type of prompt that is named as enhanced query response. So it optimizes how models respond to queries, involve crafting more intricate prompts that guide the AI to deliver precise and useful answers. So now we'll move to the next type of prompt, that is advanced text categorization. So to handle more complex tasks, combining detailed instructions with context and examples can significantly enhance the model's performance. So here we will write the prompt to assess the sentiment of the following statements. So we'll write some statements and ask our ChatGPT or AI model to assess them and classify them as negative, positive or neutral. So let's see, we'll write a prompt here. Assess the sentiment of the following statement as positive, negative or neutral. And after this, we will provide a statement to ChatGPT. So our statement would be, the movie's stunning visuals overshadow its weak storyline. So let's see how ChatGPT classifies this statement as positive, negative or neutral. So you could see that the ChatGPT has generated its response and it stated that the sentiment of this statement, the movie's stunning visuals overshadow its weak storyline, is mixed. It acknowledges a positive aspect, that is stunning visuals, and a negative one, weak storyline. So you could see here that the ChatGPT can be used for sentiment analysis. So you could provide statements and ask ChatGPT whether it's positive, neutral or negative. Now moving to the next prompt. So our next prompt is dynamic conversations. So creating conversational systems that adapt to various tones and complexities is a fascinating application of prompt engineering. So here's how you might design a system to provide simplified, friendly response. So for this, we'll write a prompt and let's see what your AI model and our ChatGPT will give a response. So this is a conversation. So here we'll write a prompt and start a conversation with our AI model. So first we'll write, hi there, what's your role? So let's see what it responds. So as our AI model ChatGPT, it states that, hello, my role is to assist you by providing information, answering questions and helping with a wide range of tasks. How can I assist you today? So you can continue the conversation here and we'll continue and ask him whether you know about photosynthesis. If yes, kindly explain it to me. So you could see that our ChatGPT has started generating the response and it has stated that yes, I can explain photosynthesis, and it's a process used by plants, algae and certain bacteria to convert light energy, usually from the sun, into chemical energy. Repeat. Usually from the sun into chemical energy, and it is giving us some examples. You could go through that and you can continue your conversation with your AI model. So this is the another kind of prompt. Now we'll move to the next prompt type, that is the innovative code generation. So expanding on the potential of LLMs, that is large language models, in code generation, let's explore a more intricate example, that is we'll ask them to write a code for us. So we'll write a prompt that would be, write a Python function that calculates the factorial of a number and prints the result. So let's see what our ChatGPT will respond to this. So you could see that ChatGPT is showing analyzing. So it's analyzing a statement, and after that it will start generating the code for us. And you could see that it has generated the code and it has the prompts or the statements that explain the code itself. So if you want this code as understandable, you could ask the ChatGPT to explain it line by line. And you could see that the ChatGPT has done the task for you. So you could see that it has completed its response and it has explained each line of the code with all the necessary concepts. So moving now, so these enhanced prompts and examples showcase how versatile and powerful language models can be, and within well-structured and throughout instructions. As we continue to explore and experiment with these prompts, the potential for creating sophisticated, nuanced, and highly functional AI-driven applications become increasingly evident.
So here we will discuss the components of a well-structured prompt along with their explanations and examples. So let's see. There are 6 types of components. Number 1 is context. So this sets the scene or provide background information necessary for understanding the prompt. So let's see an example, and that too in ChatGPT only. So the example could be that in a world where artificial intelligence has replaced most jobs, describe a day in the life of a human worker. So this gives the context. If you want, we can type the prompt also. That is, in a world where AI has replaced most jobs, describe a day in the life of a human worker. So this is the example of the context. So we are giving the context that in a world where artificial intelligence has replaced most jobs, so describe a day in the life of a human worker. So we have given the context and ask him the result for that. So this is how it's done. So we won't see the result. We'll get back here. And the next component is task. So the specific action or question that the responder needs to address, that is the task. And the example could be, so let's see an example in the ChatGPT only. We'll stop this prompt and write the example of the task. So we can write the task example that could be write an essay on the effects of global warming on agriculture. So you could just ask him for an task. So write an essay. So this is the task that we are asking the ChatGPT or any LLM. So after this, we will combine all these components and I will show you how you can write the perfect prompt so that you could get the better response from the LLMs. That could be ChatGPT or Google Bard. So let's write here, write an essay. We'll just write on the effects of global warming. So this is the task that we are assigning to ChatGPT. Okay. So we are not interested in the response. So we'll get back here. And let's see the third component, that is persona. So that specifies the identity or role the responder should assume while answering. So it should be considered for the LLM that it could be a data scientist, or we just ask him that as a medical professional or act as a data scientist or advise a patient on managing type 2 diabetes without medication. So this is how we could ask ChatGPT. So for the persona purpose, we'll write an example that as a medical professional advise a patient on managing type 2 diabetes. Okay. So this is the persona that we have asked him to be a medical professional. Now moving to the next component, that is format, that defines how the response should be structured or presented. Let's see an example. So we will ask him to list 5 tips for improving personal productivity in bullet points. So in bullet points, that's the format we want from the ChatGPT. So list global warming points as bullet points. So this is the format we want. We will wait for the response. So you could see that it has started providing in the bullet points. So moving back, the next is exemplar. So sometimes a sample answer or part of an answer is given to illustrate the expected style or content. So for example, we could ask ChatGPT that, like in the example, the protagonist overcomes fear. Write a story about overcoming a personal challenge. So you can give these type of examples, or if you're writing prompt to any specific region, you can give the example for that also. Okay, now moving to the next one, that is tone. So that indicates the mood or attitude the responder should convey. So you could ask any LLM that write a humorous blog post about the trials of parenting toddlers. So you could ask the tone also. If you want, we can ask ChatGPT here that write a humorous, I don't know if spelling is correct or not, but yeah, blog post about the trials of parenting toddlers. So he will guide you in a humorous way only and provide the response. So with the right technique, you can craft prompts that are not only precise but also versatile, suitable for any learning management system. So this approach ensures that your prompts will engage students, encourage critical thinking, and drive meaningful discussions, no matter what the platform you use, whether it could be ChatGPT or Bard. So you could embrace these technologies or components of the prompt and write your prompt very precisely. So you could see that he is writing a blog post in a humorous tone. So let's pause this and see an example that contains most of the components. Okay, so we'll start with that would be nutritionist. So we will ask, so as a nutritionist speaking at a high school, and like we can write speaking at a high school career day. So create a presentation outlining the importance of healthy eating habits for teenagers and use a friendly and engaging tone, and include real life success stories to illustrate your points. So there will be context, task, persona, format, and example, and we will set the tone also. So we'll write the prompt at a high school career day. So create a presentation or create a draft for presentation, as it can't directly create the presentation. So we'll ask him presentation outlining the importance of healthy eating habits. So healthy eating habits for teenagers, you are specifying that also. Okay, and here we'll set the tone that a user friendly tone, and that would be friendly and engaging tone, and include real life success stories to illustrate your points. Okay, so here context is high school career day. We have given the context, and the task is create a presentation on healthy eating habits, and the persona we have given is nutritionist that ChatGPT will act as, and the format is presentation with real life stories. That's the format we have given to him, and then we have given the example of real life success stories, and the tone we have asked is friendly and engaging. Similarly, we can write other prompts. So as you could see that the ChatGPT has started drafting the response, and after that you can rectify your response, and that could be in one-liners also. So we won't go into that. We will write another prompt so that you guys can get a clear idea. So here we'll start with another prompt that would be, imagine you are a sci-fi author writing. We will ask the ChatGPT that you are a sci-fi author and writing a short story. Okay, and we can ask him set in a future where water is scarce like in Scars, and here we will ask him to craft a narrative that explores the daily challenges and faced by a family using a dramatic and suspenseful tone. Okay, daily challenges faced by a family using a dramatic and suspenseful. So if I tell you about this prompt, so the context is future world with water scarcity, and the task is write a short story, and the persona we have set here is sci-fi author, and the format is narrative, and example we have given here is the daily challenge of a family, and the tone we have asked him to set is dramatic and suspenseful. Similarly, we can ask ChatGPT the prompts that is, as a financial advisor, prepare a guide for young adults on managing finances after college, and use a conversational tone, include actionable steps, and start with the story of a recent graduate to illustrate common financial pitfalls. So here the context could be financial management, post-college, and the task is to prepare a financial guide and the persona is financial advisor. The format is guide with actionable steps, and the example is story of a recent graduate, and the tone is conversational. So similarly, you can write prompts and generate more prompts that could be more effective for the LLMs, and you could use these methods or these components to generate a well-structured prompt.
So let's first understand what is prompt tuning. So prompt tuning is a method that enhances the adaptability of large language models for novel tasks by fine-tuning a minimal set of prompt parameters. This technique involves appending a tailored prompt before the input text, directing the LLM to generate outputs aligned with specific objectives. Its efficiency and versatility have made it a local or focal point in natural language processing advancements. So let's understand prompt tuning. So prompt tuning is the practice of customizing LLMs for new applications by adjusting a limited subset of parameters known as prompts. So these prompts placed before the input navigate the LLM toward producing the intended output. And now we talk about the advantages of prompt tuning. So the number one comes is efficiency. So unlike comprehensive model fine-tuning, prompt tuning modifies only a select few parameters, enabling quicker task-specific model adjustment. And then comes the versatility. So this approach is applicable across a spectrum of tasks, from text generation and analysis in natural language processing to image recognition and automated coding, showcasing its adaptability to different domains. And then comes the interpretability. The modifiable prompt parameters allow for an examination of how the model's output generation is influenced, offering insights into the model's processing. So this was about the advantages of prompt tuning. Now we'll move to the key challenges of prompt tuning, and we will write some prompts and see how we can prompt tune the ChatGPT model and we can generate the outputs we want. So let's move to ChatGPT, and here first we will draft or craft effective prompts. So crafting prompts that effectively guide the model without being overly complex is challenging. So to avoid them, we will write some prompts and let's see. So we will take a fresh example for crafting precise prompts. So let's consider a scenario, and consider you are part of a financial analysis firm specializing in renewable energy sectors like solar and wind power. You aim to leverage a language model for extracting market trends, investment opportunities, and regulatory impacts specific to these sectors. However, you wish to exclude general energy market data or information about fossil fuels and non-renewable sources, as well as omit any direct mentions of rival firms or their investment products. So what challenge you will face here is, your objective is to direct the AI model to furnish targeted insights on renewable energy sectors, while filtering out non-relevant information and avoiding any specific mentions of competitors and their offerings. So for example, we can write a prompt that give me all details on renewable energy sectors, including solar and wind power, but skip all info on other energy types and ignore data about companies like, you could name the companies like Eco Power Ventures and their Solar Boost investment fund. So this is the ineffective prompt. So this prompt is ineffective because it's overly detailed and instructs the model on what to exclude in a way that could be confusing, potentially leading to an over-focus on the exclusions rather than the desired content. So if we talk about the optimized prompt, what you can write is, provide an analysis of current trends, investment opportunities, and the impact of regulations in the renewable energy sectors, specifically focusing on solar and wind power. Exclude general energy market trends and specific investment products. So this refined prompt clearly directs the model towards the needed information, that is market trends, opportunities, and regulatory impacts within solar and wind energy, without cluttering the request with too many exclusions. It certainly implies the need for exclusively by focusing on specifically focusing, which naturally guides the AI to omit unrelated sectors and competitor products, facilitating a more focused and relevant output. So now let's see this example, and this is the inefficient prompt. So we'll copy this and paste it to ChatGPT, and let's see what output it will provide to us. So you could see that it has provided us the output, but this prompt is ineffective because it's overly detailed and instructs the model on what to exclude in a way that could be confusing. Now we'll write the correct prompt, as that is the optimized prompt. What I've told you, that is provide an analysis of current trends, investment and opportunities, and the impact of regulations in the renewable energy sectors, specifically focusing on solar and wind power, and exclude general energy market trends and specific investment products. So this is the optimized prompt, and it will provide a good result and a good output. So you could see that it has started with the current trends only. You could see the output, and this is the desired output what we need, and the ChatGPT has provided with the optimized prompt. Now we move to the next challenge, that is avoiding overfitting. So there's a risk of the model becoming too specialized to the training prompts, reducing its ability to generalize. So strategy for this broad application is to prevent over specialization. Prompts that should be designed to be broad enough to encompass a range of related queries, enhancing the model's versatility. So for this also, we will draft an optimized and unoptimized prompt. So let's think of a scenario that you are developing an educational platform that uses a language model to generate study materials for high school biology, covering topics from cell biology to ecology. Initially, you fine-tune the model with prompts focused on very specific areas like photosynthesis in plants. So initial prompt we can write is explain the process of photosynthesis in plants, focusing on chlorophyll's role and light absorption. So while the model excels at generating detailed content on photosynthesis, it struggles when asked about broader or slightly related topics such as cellular respiration or plant adaptations to different environments. So the issue we encounter here is when students query how do plants adapt to low light conditions. So the model will fail to provide comprehensive answers because it's been too narrowly trained on photosynthesis specifics. So the solution for this overfitting challenge is to prevent overfitting and enhance the model's ability to generalize across the broader subject of biology. You should utilize more inclusive prompts that cover a range of topics within the field. So we have the revised prompt here, that is provide an overview of plant biology, including key processes like photosynthesis, cellular respiration, and adaptations to environmental factors. So this broader approach encourages the model to generate content that's relevant across various biology topics, improving its utility for educational purposes. So this is the prompt, and we'll ask ChatGPT, that is provide an overview of the plant biology, including key processes like photosynthesis, cellular respiration, and adaptations to environmental conditions. So this will improve its utility for educational purposes. So let's move to the next concern, that would be scalability concern. And you could see that it has provided the desired output for the photosynthesis and the environmental factors for plant biology. And as we talk about the scalability concern, so as the training data volume grows, maintaining the efficiency of prompt tuning becomes more challenging, necessitating innovative solutions to streamline the adaptation process. So now we'll talk about its prompt also. So scalability, that is implementing AI for diverse customer service inquiries. So let's consider a scenario. Your company aims to deploy an AI chatbot to handle customer service inquiries across different departments, from technical support to billing and account management. Initially, the chatbot is trained with specific prompts for each category, performing well in small case tests. So what challenge will you face with this prompt is, or with this scenario is, as you scale the chatbot to handle thousands of inquiries daily across a wide range of topics, you find that the initial approach of using highly specific prompts for each category isn't sustainable. So the chatbot struggles to adapt the vast and varied nature of customer queries. And we'll face the scaling issue also here. That is, the specific prompts used during initial training don't cover the breadth of potential customer inquiries, leading to inadequate responses in unanticipated scenarios. So what strategy we can apply for scalability is, instead of relying on narrow, specific prompts for each inquiry type, you transition to using broader, more adaptable prompts that can guide the AI in understanding and categorizing a wide range of customer questions. So we can have an adapted prompt example, and I have one that is, or we can write here, that would be identify the category of the customer's inquiry. That could be technical, billing, account management, and provide relevant assistance based on the identified category. So this strategy allows the chatbot to more effectively process a variety of inquiries by understanding the context and categorizing questions before generating responses, making it more scalable and versatile in handling customer service tasks. So if we address prompt tuning challenges, it is simplifying complex prompts. That is, begin by clearly identifying the core information or action desired from the LLM, breaking down multifaceted prompts into simpler, more focused requests, employ straightforward language, and eliminate non-essential elements to clarify the prompt. And then we have utilizing soft prompts. So soft prompts, which are non-textual signals trained from examples, guide the LLM without explicit worded instructions. So these are particularly used for tasks with limited training data or where interpretability is less critical. And then we have innovative optimization techniques. So the development of parameter efficient fine-tuning techniques such as p-tuning optimizes the search for effective prompts in a continuous space, making it feasible to tailor LLMs to specific tasks without extensive retraining. So this was all about the prompt tuning.
Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial on prompt library for all use cases at Simplilearn. The prompt library is a comprehensive toolkit for mastering myriad use cases with ease. Whether you are delving into programming, honing creative writing skills, or exploring data analysis, this library offers a versatile array of prompts tailored to your needs. Now before we move on and learn more about it, I request you guys that do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now here's the agenda for our today's session. So guys, we are going to start with first understanding the prompt structure. Moving ahead, we are going to understand testing and iterating. Then we are going to explore the prompt examples. And at the end, we are going to conclude our sessions with utilizing prompt libraries and resources. So guys, in today's video, we will be exploring the prompt structure for various use cases. Now first, let us try to understand the prompt structure. So guys, I'll break down the prompt structure. So here, first we have the action verbs. So guys, think of action verbs like a boss telling ChatGPT what to do. It's like giving ChatGPT a job. So for example, if I say, write, you are telling ChatGPT to put words on the page. For example, if I say, write a story, I'm telling ChatGPT, hey, I want you to make up a story for me. So this is something like this. Now, let us ask ChatGPT, hey, so write is your action verb all over here. So this is the first prompt structure that I would like you to apply. Now, the second one, you could give a theme or a topic about. Now, if you say just write a story, ChatGPT is going to give any random story. So we won't want that. Now, the next thing that we cover basically is topic or theme. So what theme or topic you are looking about? This is a part where you are giving ChatGPT a subject to talk about. Imagine you are telling a friend, let's talk about cats. So cats are the given topic. So if I say, write about your favorite food, I am telling ChatGPT, tell me about your favorite food. So you have to always include a topic or theme along with your action verb. So here I can include some certain thing like this, that write a story about food. So you could see all over here, ChatGPT has given two responses. This is response 1 and this is response 2. Now, the third thing that comes up all over here is constraints or limitations. Think of constraints as a rules or boundaries for ChatGPT to follow. It's like saying you can talk about cats, but only in 3 sentences. So if I say write a poem in 20 words, it's like I'm telling ChatGPT make a short poem using only 20 words. So this is one of the things that you have to always keep in consideration regarding what task you want to give. So always include constraints or limitations. Fourth one is background or information context. So this is also one of the most important parameters. What exactly it means is like this part sets the scene for ChatGPT, like giving it a background story. Imagine you are telling someone about a movie before they watch it. So if I say, imagine you are on a spaceship, I'm telling ChatGPT, pretend like you are flying through the space. So this is also very, very important for you to consider to give certain idea regarding your background or information. Now, the fifth one is conflict or challenge. Guys, this adds some spices to the prompt. It's like a puzzle for a problem for ChatGPT to solve. It's like saying, talk about cats, but tell me why some people don't like them. So if I say ChatGPT, explain why reading is important, but you can't use the word book. I am challenging ChatGPT to be creative. So this is where conflict or challenge you have to give to ChatGPT. Now, example, let us take one example on this. So for example, if I say the action verb as write, we'll highlight this with red, and the topic or theme could be like your favorite vacation. If I talk about a background or context, like say you are on a beach with your friends, or conflict or challenge we can give all over here, something like in just 50 words. So guys, this is certain thing to follow while giving a prompt to ChatGPT. So in this way, putting all together, you could combine all these 3 things and form a sentence. And this prompt is going to be very, very effective to solve the problem of generic responses. Now, with this simple example, you can see how different components come together to create engaging prompts for ChatGPT to work with. So guys, whenever you are giving a prompt, I would request you to always follow this structure. So it's going to create a map for you to get a more precise answer. Now let's take an example and elaborate the prompt library with examples to make it more understandable. So guys, let's take another example of text classification. So for text classification, we'll take the action verb as classify, and our text type would be product review. Example could be classify the following text as negative, positive, or neutral sentiment. And after that, you could give like the product review exceeded my expectation. So if you give certain thing like this, you would say this is a positive sentiment. So making your prompts in this manner with a proper structure, you are going to get a very particular response which fits what you need. So always remember this structure whenever you are framing any prompt. Now let's move to the second part, that is testing and validation. Guys, testing and iterating are essential steps in refining prompts and ensuring optimal performance from ChatGPT. Let us break down this process. The first process is prompt validation. So before using a prompt, it's crucial to test to ensure that it generates a desired response accurately. Then you evaluate the output. You are going to generate responses using the prompt and evaluate the quality, relevance, and coherence of the output. Third, check for errors. Look out for any errors, inconsistencies, or unexpected behavior in the generated responses. Compare against expectations. Compare the generated responses against your expectation or any requirements to verify that they meet your desired criteria. The fifth one is solicit feedback. Seek feedback from peers, colleagues, or domain experts to validate the effectiveness of the prompt. For example, like analyzing the results. So you would say analyze the results to testing to identify areas of improvement or refining the prompt. Next is modifying the prompt. Based on the analysis, make the adjustment to the prompt structure. Next, then fine-tune the parameters. Experiment with different variations of the prompt, such as adjusting constraints, changing topics, or refining prompt to assess whether the changes have resulted in improvements in the quality of the generated responses. The fourth one is retesting. Test the modified prompt again to assess whether the changes have resulted in improvements in the quality of the generated responses or not. And the final step is iterate as needed. Iterate the testing and modification process as needed until you achieve the desired outcomes and generate high quality responses consistently. So this structure you have to always follow when you are iterating. So I'll give you an example. So like we have given initial prompt as write a product description for a new smartphone, and I would say include details about features, specifications and benefits. And I would say add a constant all over here that keep the response in 100 words. So this is your initial prompt which you are giving. Now for testing, the next comes is testing. Generate product descriptions using the initial prompt. Evaluate the quality and relevance of the generated descriptions. Check for errors if inconsistencies or missing information is there. Compare the description against the expectations and requirements. So this process comes under testing. Okay, so give it change your prompt a little bit. Give a specific description regarding a certain product, and you would ask that, and just next process would be evaluate the quality and the relevance, like what you are getting as a response. Check for errors, like go to Google, like see if it's same is coming up, then what's the customer expectations regarding that product. So if the overall structure is like technical structure is maintained, so this gives the first phase of testing. Next one comes the analysis. Some descriptions lack detail and fail to highlight its key features. Okay, so in this scenario, the descriptions vary in length and structure, leading to kind of inconsistencies. Certain descriptions like here will focus more on technical specifications than the user benefits. So overall, the quality and the coherence of the descriptions needs improvement. So you have to take all these parameters and you have to reframe your prompts. Okay. Then next comes is iteration. You have to modify this prompt to provide moreover to give a clear instructions and emphasize the user benefits. Write a captivating product descriptions for a new smartphone. Okay. Then move to retesting. Generate product descriptions using the modified prompt, and for the outcome, you would say that the revised prompt should yield more compelling and informative product descriptions. So this is how you have to do iterate continuously to get the proper response like which you would be needing. Okay guys, now let's move to the final part of this video, that is utilizing the prompt libraries. Guys, utilizing prompt libraries and resources is essential for streamlining the prompt writing process and access a wide range of pre-designed prompts for various use cases. So you're going to get a library of a predefined prompts. Okay, so there's one website which I want to show you. This is called Anthropic. So Anthropic has recently released a prompt library. So guys, they have given a wide data of a prompt library. So if you just click on this, so you're going to get what are the effective prompts in all these domains. So give it a shot. Try to see what are the resources you're going to get all over here. It definitely is going to fine tune your responses. Now, let's move to the process. So when you are talking about the prompt libraries, the first step is explore the existing libraries. So you can see that I have given a reference to a prompt library all over here, which is released by Anthropic's team for cloud and also workable for ChatGPT. Next is you have to understand the available prompts. Familiarize yourself with the prompts available in this library and including their structures, topics, and constraints. You have to also analyze how prompts are categorized and organized within the library to quickly locate relevant prompts for your needs. Third is adapt to prompts to your needs. Customize existing prompts to suit your specific objectives, audience, and use cases. You can modify prompts by adjusting the action verbs, topics, constraints, or background information which aligns with your requirement. Create your own prompts, like combine different components such as action verbs, topics, constraints to craft prompts that addresses specific tasks or challenges. Next process you have to do is sharing and collaborating. You will share your prompts with the community to contribute to the collective pool and resources. So this is one way of learning that I really want you to follow. Now, you have to keep experimenting and iterating at the same time. And finally, you have to see the documents and organize all your prompts for the same. So what you can do best is see all the existing prompt libraries. Like I'll show you one more. So prompt library for ChatGPT. GitHub for all use cases. So you could see, explore various repositories on GitHub, like what are the kind of like prompts available. Like this repo specifically focuses for the academic writing. So just visit this repository and you could see they have given a lot of things. Like for brainstorming, they say, so you could see the action verbs all over here. Try to try this prompt and see how you are getting a response. Then for article sections, like it's there. So you're going to get a lot of like things and more of the experiment, and more you are exploring, the more idea you are going to get regarding the same. So my advice would be just explore as much as libraries you can, and depending upon your use cases, you have to make an organized prompt structure. So following this format, which I've told you, follows the action verb, the topic or the background information, then what are the constraints you have to give, okay? It's any particular theme is there, you have to include all those things, and use the existing prompt library also, so you can refine your prompt, and always to get a good response, it's my personal experience, that you have to keep fine-tuning, keep testing, iterating, analyzing, so that your result comes very fine-tuned. So guys, that was all for today's video. I hope so you would have enjoyed our today's video on prompt library for all use cases. Thank you for watching this video.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital marketing. Designed in collaboration with leading universities and top corporations, and delivered by industry experts, choose any of our programs and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.